Oh, snap. What's up, y'all? This is like a chill draw stream where I've been thinking about getting back into creating those four panel comics that I used to do. I got to give a shout out to my boy Link because he bought me a what is it called? When you're on X premium account. And so now I'm gonna go wild. He just up and got it for me, and I was like, "Dude, that was super cool. I was not expecting that." Before I was like, "Dude, should I spend money on this?" Being that I rarely get to like engage in arguments. I had time that day with autocorrect, but sometimes I'm just like, "Dude, do I really even want to engage in this argument when I got only like 20 characters of words to argue with people with?" But since he bought me that and I'm very appreciative of it, I'm like, dude, people used to really like the comics that I put out. And now that you know, I can show live what I do. So I don't know. I just was jotting as quickly as I can some ideas here. I got the feminism, the femmes, weak men, fake Christian women. I've been dealing with that all week. Trad cons, the trans, atheist, immigration, Trump, thoughts and whores. These are all topics that interest me. And every time I make a comic, I try to think about what is going on in society where I can expose either hypocrisy or some stupid action that people do that can pinpoint what's wrong with this ideology. So it's often, you know what? Maybe I can show. I'll look for some of my previous stuff and just show you guys what I mean by that. Let's see. Because I used to make a lot of these comics. Let's see. Tools of Fate. Nope, nope, nope. Wag action. Here we go. Oh, there's a few in there. I'll show you guys a few that I used to do. And I might draw some today. So this one says, I suck off 10 dudes a day for my OnlyFans, post pictures of my butthole on Twitter, and my current profile pic shows a man's seed all over my face. All real things that I've seen, unfortunately, on Twitter. Let's see, where's the next one? Because these are not in order. The Christian girl responds, well, your lifestyle isn't my choice, but to each his own. I just wish you my fault. I just want you to know that you're worth so much more. Jesus loves you just as you are. And after you recognize how great you are, he'll send you the man you deserve. Is that not what people say? So, this guy responds, I teach men to know their worth so they can sleep with multiple women. You piece of scumbag pig! The world will be better off without you! You're ruining society! And the lesson in that is like, remember when all these Christian people came out and they were just absolutely hating on Andrew Tate, but they had nothing to say for all these super famous OnlyFans girls that made millions. And I'm talking about like millions. It was very, very odd to me that they only held one side accountable. And this was made a couple years ago when I made this. So, oh, he said, whip something up. Heroes Forward says, pick and roll with it, man. Do it manually or whip something up with AI first. Oh, Yeah, I use AI every once in a while, but I try not to because my background is in art. But you know what? I might just make something up here. I kind of like the idea of drawing something about feminists because I've been picking on them all week. Something with feminism. They just so easy to pick on. So I got these ideas. Let me think. What can I draw that's a four-part cartoon with feminists that they have been doing this week? So we got into our argument with autocorrect and exposed her hypocrisy. And one of the main themes there was that a lot of these fake Christians who use the race card when talking to black people, and they don't even understand how that's such a terrible argument when you compare what black people have been through to abortion. Abortion's far worse. Abortion is far worse. Now, slavery's bad, don't get me wrong, but 64 million people are not on this planet because of feminism. And if you want to throw race into that, I just had an argument this week where a girl was talking about how, racist one of my friends was, but then she supported abortion. I said that's a oxymoron. That's so contradictory of a point. How can you support abortion and claim that somebody else is racist when Margaret Sanger, who started Planned Parenthood, started it for the sole purpose to genocide the black race? I just thought that was completely hypocritical, and I pointed this out to her, and of course she didn't see it because she was a feminist. So I want to do something with that, but I gotta think. And maybe you guys seeing the creative process will just show you guys what I actually do. Let's see what I got going on here. Where is my drawing stuff? Sorry, I'm getting over a small cold here. Ooh, my drawing stuff. Let's see. So let's give a new one. I like that the resolution is high. This is about as good as I can do. That's a girl. That's about the best I can do here. What are we going to do with this girl? And you know what else I've been seeing a lot of that I kind of wanted to hit on? All these young girls sleeping with this young man named Clavicular. And it's like, I want to be mad at him because one of the videos that went viral was him taking this. He's taken like several, and maybe three just this week, girls away from their boyfriend out in public. Like he'll just see a man walking with his girlfriend and he'll talk to the girl and be like, come with me, and they'll go. Now, when I was thinking about it, I was like, dude, that's such a scummy thing for him to do. And you would be absolutely right if you analyze it and say, yo, he didn't have all the girls he could pick from, he purposely, for maybe getting views on his stream or whatever, he's choosing girls that are already got a boyfriend. But when you really think about it, the scummy person in that situation is the girl. You know he's on stream. You know he's going to use you like a piece of meat and throw you out. You're out with your boyfriend already who you have a history with, and you choose Clavicular? A dude who's going to have another girl by the time you get out of his bed. You choose him? And I think it's infuriating for men. And honestly, it's not good to consume so much of that material because you end up seeing like the evil nature of women. Oh crap, my buttons all messed up. So if I had a four panel comic, let's see. You end up seeing the evil nature of women, and honestly, even though it sounds like a blue pill thing to say, all women are not like that, dude. You would say, "Oh yes, they are. They all they all pick the best man they can get." Yes and no though, because some women do have some character that's worth. Some women do have fathers that they respect. Some women now is getting fewer and fewer. Let's be honest, but some women do have brothers and fathers and uncles that they respect, and they all not whores. You just gotta find one, right? So it sounds blue pill me saying that because when I say find one and vet them properly, that's a hard task. The reason why the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing is because good women are hard to find. And women don't want to hear that, but it's true. A good woman that's not superficial, that's not going to sleep with clavicular after you've been taking her out on 10 dates, a woman like that is hard to find. So you do gotta it's but just like men of old, you build yourself up, you get strong, you slay the dragon, and you get the girl. We want to skip the process because of the internet. Now we can just go to Bumble and swipe on a girl. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have always built yourself up. If you look at our old movies, you even see that. The dude who fights the jocks and gets bullied, and then he becomes, the kung fu master, and he gets the girl as he grows and he betters himself. We kind of forgot that, and we just think that, oh, it's the dude like clavicular, forgetting that even the looks maxing guys, their whole point is I had to build myself up to get this way, and that's why I can treat girls this way. But as a Christian man, you ought not to treat girls like scum, even though some of them deserve it. You ought not to treat girls like scum because they're still made in the image of God. They're still humans. So what you should do is you can take it and make it a teachable moment. In the words of the idiot Obama, you can make a teachable moment out of it, and you can say, listen, this girl, she's acting as a woman of ill repute, and I'm going to teach her a lesson. And how do you teach a girl a lesson? You don't give her the attention that she wants. You actually make an example out of her. You might say something like I've said before while walking out. Oh, I'm sure your father's proud of you. What do you mean? The way you're dressed, the way you're acting, the way that you're seeking attention, I'm sure your father is very proud. And then you just leave it at that, walk off. Their heads will explode. And you've taught a lesson there because what you did is when they're doing things for attention, especially when I lived in the hood, girls just twerking on outside on top of cars and stuff, and they want your attention. And you tell them a line like that, ooh, they can't take it, but they'll never forget it. And then maybe it'll seep into their tiny little pea brains that every man is not out here trying to sleep with you simply because you're shaking your butt back and forth. You got to offer a superior man something superior to that. So let's see. So what I like to do with these is I do use some 3D models here. I love using these 3D models. This comes with the program I got called Clip Studio Paint. And let's see, I'm gonna move stuff so you guys can see it. I haven't used this program in a while, so I'm getting back to it. You got fat. You can make a fat woman, fat skinny, fat muscular. I kind of like that shape because that's like typical regular woman. Even though they say that's muscular, to me that's like I don't know, maybe a little bit lower. No, you can't have that. Something like that. So what do we want to do with her? Sometimes ideas come to me when I just start posing things. I also saw that debate with Rachel Wilson. Rachel Wilson And Dale Partridge has a tweet about leggings. What is that? Oh, that might be perfect. What is that? Hero Forge, what is that tweet about leggings? I would love to, because that might be perfect. Ooh, I should look that up right now. Dale Partridge has a tweet about leggings. Guys, a world of hurt. Of the kind of evil women are capable of. They don't get called out enough in the church. That's absolutely true. We just talked about on my last stream. Release a video saying his ideal woman is useful and interesting. Interesting perspective. Okay. Mr. Heroes Forge is, man, go follow him if you haven't already. The dude is insanely intelligent, and he's talking about things that I think other people are scared to talk about. The leggings one, that kind of intrigues me. Oh, you know what I was talking about just this week? Women were doing this thing where there was this viral video where this woman had this paper with a peach on it covering her while she worked out, and she went viral because she said, "You don't have to do things from this camera angle." And I was thinking, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. But if you really want to be honest, you don't have to wear leggings to the gym at all." As a woman, there's no necessity. Leggings don't make you work out better. It's like that doesn't make you more fit. It doesn't make you work out better. There's absolutely no reason why you have to wear them. But women wear them everywhere. Now I'm not gonna say like, yo, I like when my wife wears stuff like that around the house, but I don't want everybody seeing it up in her butt crack, you know? But I think it's like one of them things where even the girl making the video, I think subconsciously, women do not understand how much attention they're actually seeking. I think in back of their head, they're seeking it and not even knowing it. Because even the girl, the outfit she was wearing was like skin tight, even though she's covering her butt with a piece of paper saying that you don't have to shoot from this angle that gets right up in your butt crack. But oh, there's a link. He got a link. I didn't see it. The reply is like, oh, I would love, you know what? I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna grab my phone and look it up now. Matter of fact, where did I put my phone at? Oh, I don't even got it down here. Michelle, if you hear me, bring me my phone when you get a chance. She already here. I can hear her moving. But yeah, so the leggings thing is a very big thing, dude. Like it's is such a problem that I don't even think I think there's a small subset of women who don't understand how men think about leggings, and but the majority, 95% of women know exactly what they're doing. Exactly. And you can see how they even pull it up. How do you know? And you would be like, "Oh man, you must be a gooner, because how do you know all these women do this goofy stuff with leggings, like pulling them up and showing a moose knuckle?" How do you know they do that? It's because when you go and you do a workout, I just started like a lot of calisthenics workouts, and I do a lot of weightlifting, and I did a lot of like kettlebell workouts. I started getting into a lot of kettlebell stuff. When I tell you on Instagram, when I search kettlebell workouts, it was nothing but booty cheeks everywhere. And girls, before the workout, before they even bend down to get the kettlebell, they pulling up their leggings so that it's all the way up the crack. They halfway digesting them things. And you sitting there and I'm looking like, this ain't even about the workout. You just want somebody to see your cheeks. And I'll be the first to say, like, men are gonna look. They're gonna look. But then you gotta ask, and this is the point that I made to autocorrect. They all say, "Well, why are men looking? Why are they so lustful?" Because women are the drug dealers that want to get you addicted, and men are the drug users. Now, in your society, you can blame the drug users, but which one has the most weight on what they do? The drug dealers. The drug dealers, because the drug dealers are the ones who know they're trying to get you addicted at a young age. The drug dealers are the ones who know they're getting you No, they're preying on someone who doesn't have a stable mind. Now, you could say men have a stable mind. Yes, they do, but studies even show that when men are enticed with sexuality, the blood draws from their brain and goes somewhere else. You're taking advantage of men's weakness. The Bible even says sexuality, when it comes to sexual morality, you don't even try to fight it as a man. You run away. You run away. It says, put on the whole armor of God, except with that. Don't try to fight that one. So, like, with that being the case, what the evil that women are doing in society is they're putting you in these situations where you can't run away. I can't even go to the grocery store without seeing somebody's cheeks all out. I remember going to the fair with my mom. We took the kids and everything, and she even noticed it to the point I was used to it. She was like, all these my mom old school, all this booty and butt out everywhere. Why is all this butt everywhere? Can't these people put no clothes on? And I'm thinking like, yeah, she right. We taking the kids somewhere and we trying to go on rides and the people in front of us is just wearing skin tight leggings. We're darn near see through. And it's to the point, dude. Women have to take some accountability for their lack of modesty. Let's see if we can put her. Maybe we can put her in a sexy pose or something, where she's like, "Ooh, I got one." So we'll have the first panel be she's picking outfits, and then she'll pick the most sluttiest outfit she could probably pick, and then the last panel will be her telling men not to look at her. And in the first panel, I think she will be like thinking about that. First, what we'll do is we'll copy this, make two, so that way we can just search for material here and get her in a pose where, let's see if they got some sexy poses. Oh, that's too much. I just need poses. Dang, dude, I don't need all that. I just need a regular pose. Oh my gosh. There we go. These are some, yeah. It's like how they be posing in the gym just like this. You like, dude, can't even get a workout in, can't even do a deadlift without you trying to throw your cheeks into my face. And the thing about it is, like, you don't have to be a pervert to notice. All these videos where they got like men that take a glance. Sometimes you're not taking a glance because you want to see some sexual girl that's not your wife. Sometimes you're taking a glance because you like that girl really wore that. That girl really wore that out in public. And she got the nerve to act like somebody looking at her. You wore it to be looked at. Where did my pose that I just download go? Oh, there you go. Okay. So what happens with this program is you got a 3D model and you can just drag it. This is perfect. But I want her face to turn into the camera though. So when I draw it, we're going to raise her back up a little bit. This is perfect. We're going to move these up because that's not weight distributed correctly. Ooh, that's messed up. Her feet might this might be a two panel comic, but I haven't decided. The first panel will be her looking. Oh, you know what? It might be three panel. So maybe we'll keep the four panel setup and then we'll just put the last one right here. And then what we're going to do is we'll search for one that's her thinking about it. Oh, spelled think wrong. What happened when you type with one hand? Not in a perverted way. So when you draw in comics, one of the things I like to think about is what is the person's perspective? How do you tell a story? All these different things. Here's one. This is one that's good. Just somebody you're thinking. The thing about AI, dude, it's taking everybody's jobs when it come to comics, man. I used to be big into this stuff. Now it's like it ain't gonna be no hope by the time somebody like me or somebody like my sons, once they get to being like age 25 and really get into the market, AI is gonna be able to do anything they can do better. Now I know they say, "Oh, AI still can't beat your creativity." Well, the problem is you can take your creativity and put it into AI, and that still uh, it still works. All right, so we got her thinking. That's good, even though her hand is going into her boob, and that's unacceptable. It don't matter because we gonna draw over it, but let's see. That's better. We gonna have her thinking. This is gonna be a simple comic. The punchline ain't even when you're thinking about comics. The other thing too is what is the punchline? These liberal comics that they draw. Remember when me and my wife went over like the liberal comics on Blue Sky and the punchlines were terrible, absolutely trash. But that's what liberals do. They don't understand things. They don't have logic. They don't use their brain. So they don't even understand what a punchline is. You gotta let your best drawing and your the most effective one to get your point across be the last one. We're gonna put that right there. Change view. We'll get it a close up. She'll be in regular clothes. We gonna make it cartoony so I can get this done fast. This one, let's see. So I'm gonna draw a base. And this is just gonna be her picking out outfits. What we gonna do is we are gonna draw. Oops. Ooh, my buttons is so not what they used to be. We're gonna go. I'm gonna do this one, yeah, and we're gonna take it down. And then I'm gonna draw some outfits that would be in this first panel. Like we only working in this section right here. So, ooh, that's bad. It don't matter because this is just the first layer. Let's see some. We're just gonna draw some outfits on some hangers, okay? It's not gonna be a good drawing because we're gonna go over it again. So when you think about it, just think. Maybe some jogging pants. Yeah, something simple that a girl could work out in. Something what I'm drawing is okay, so it's gonna be three workout outfits here. and two of them are going to be acceptable to wear to the gym, like this one. Maybe it could say something like modesty. Modesty. Give it some more design so it don't look so boring. And it can be nice and loose, and you know, it could be something that's like those don't look like with the pockets, it don't look like jogging pants. Oh man. The pockets do not look like jogging pants, but you know what will make it look like jogging pants? That. So that'll be the first outfit. Let's draw the second modest outfit. What would that be? The second modest outfit would be even looser jogging pants and maybe a shirt that's like a regular, like not a super loose shirt. So maybe a shirt that's like longer sleeve. I have to fix that angle. We're gonna move that down too. This one can say it could be something like with a cross, like because all these Christian girls be putting down all this workout stuff out. They love putting out workout videos with they super skin tight clothes on. Let's make these pants even looser. Now this is getting a little bit too big. We're gonna take this and maybe we move this one up. What? Let's see. Let's make them somewhat of the same size. All right, now we're gonna put that one over here. And these two are the clear choices of what she should choose. Then in the middle, what do you think the slutty outfit would be? The slutty outfit gotta be something where it's like so skimpy and so like, okay, ooh, I got it. Okay. This is what they wear to the gym nowadays. Like they're not bras. I don't even know what they call it because my wife know what girl clothes is called. I don't know what girl clothes is called. Ooh, I keep doing this thing for my eraser because I have my eraser on like a easy selection button. So we got this. We're gonna make the you'll be able to see it when I get done. So then we're gonna put the bra. No, 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 not the bra, but the thong in the middle. And then the booty shorts. And they're gonna be like super shiny, so you can just see every we'll do that and give them all a hanger. A hanger in there. We're gonna fix all this so that you like this look like trash right now. Yeah, it does do look like trash because we haven't got to it yet. We haven't got to making it good yet. You know what? I'm gonna make this where it scrunches in so you know they jogging pants at the bottom. Like this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw one hanger and then duplicate it. But the rest, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it lighter on this layer so I can draw over it like that. And it don't be the lines don't be too distracting for me. Uh-oh, drawing pad. Now we can really draw. I changed my ink to black. This is not the best drawing. We're trying to see how quickly we can get this done. Should I change my stabilization up? Maybe a little bit. Yeah. Everything don't got to be perfect, but it just got to get the point across. I used to be a perfectionist when I draw, where everything had to be absolutely perfect. And I would never get things done. And people would never see my art because I'll be too ashamed to show it because in my head, I was so self conscious about all the mistakes I made. You know what? We're going to put an extra line. It's going to be suck to color when they do all these details, but whatever. Put the cross. I should put something like, I don't know. That might be enough. Because if we keep adding details and if I get obsessed with details, you guys will be like, what is he doing? And I'll just be in my own zone, drawing away. All right, almost done with the first one. I wonder. No, we ain't gonna put a draw pen on this. Like a what is those things on jogging pants where you like it pulls it in tight? I'm just gonna keep these ones like this. So that will go there. This one. Let's get to it. Slutty one. And then what we got to do for this one is make sure it's consistent. Don't they be wearing bras like that to the dang gym? It's not even like they wear these workout bras. And these super skinny spandex shorts. I don't even know if it's spandex. I really don't even know what it is, but it's like so skinny and like basically boy shorts. Y'all know what I'm talking about? These super tight. You can see every crevice of the body. And then they got the thong that's usually sticking out. Every man notices this stuff. Sometimes we don't even and here's the thing. Sometimes the girls that be wearing them ain't even cute like that. So it ain't even like you lusting after them. Some don't shouldn't be wearing them. You in the gym for a reason, girl. You should not be wearing it. Of all people, you shouldn't be wearing it. But this is gonna be the thong. You know what? We might have to do this. And then we have the last modest outfit. Let's make it come out a little bit. I hope you guys can hear me fine because I haven't been checking the audio that much. Yeah, streetwalker vibes, absolutely. I would say, because Michelle responded, crop top. I would say I don't see a lot. When I see the slutty girls, is that what they be wearing? The crop tops? Or do they be wearing like what I see them wearing is basically sports bras or what's equivalent to like a cloth like bra. I don't even know what these things are called. But it's like the most you could see nipples pointing out and everything. All you got to do is scroll on TikTok or go to Instagram. Instagram, even worse. I haven't used Instagram for a while. For one, it doesn't do me much good. Like, I don't get no traction on there. And all it is just sluts. Everywhere you look, everywhere you walk, it's your heart. It's some slut trying to get your attention. It's some slut on there, dude. And I hate to like even say, oh, slut this, slut that, and thought this and whore that. But these girls is not even trying to hide it. It ain't like they girls that just don't know no better. No, they on there. One of my main arguments is that's against OnlyFans is the fact that they know what they're doing when they entice these young men. They know exactly what they're doing. And they go on these streams and they go with that little ugly Indian dude. I forget his name, but I hate that little boy. I shouldn't hate him because I'm a Christian, but I dislike him so much. What is his name? But he's like this little Indian streamer dude. And all he does is like go around and annoy people that have real jobs. And they try to get on his stream knowing that his stream is like 8 to 12-year-olds. And what makes me angry about that, doubly angry that a lot of people don't know, is that's my sons. I got 3 sons and they're all around that age. And so when I see that young women are trying to entice them, knowing how I was enticed, knowing how I was enticed when I was a young man, it really burns me up to know that somebody is out there trying to attack my young men, the young men in my household, and get them on a path where they're addicted. Ooh, crap. I messed up. Pressed the wrong button. There we go. Trying to get them addicted for life. Now, the hanger don't gotta be that detailed. And we're gonna erase part of it. But what I'm gonna do first is duplicate it, so that I don't gotta keep drawing this lame hanger over and over again. Yeah, but when I see that and I see people like when I was talking to autocorrect and I see people like her defend and act like it's on equal level, like the men using are just as bad as the women who create. Yeah, the men who are using they need to stop. Absolutely. But recognize that even me myself, I was enticed by stuff I didn't go out looking for when I was a young man. I didn't have no choice. So I feel for these men. I feel for these men who, at some point in their life, when they were younger, they may have saw some or some girl on some stream enticed them, and they didn't even know that they was being enticed. And then now you get that stuff stuck in your mind and you can't even get it out because you're going through puberty. You like, dude, yeah, I have an interest in that stuff. But I, as a Christian man, the first time I looked at something like that, I broke down crying because I was like, what have I done? And it hurt me because and my relationship with God was hurt because I was like, I know that this stuff is evil. And I felt duped because I was like, I didn't go seek it out, but now I have an interest in something that I never had an interest in before. And so to see young men as young as 6 and 12, and let me redo this one, as young as 6 and 12, struggle with pornography. I feel sorry for them because I know what I had to do. I know all the things I had to do to defeat it. And it sucks, dude, because here's the thing. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's a battle you got to deal with your whole life. It's like this this monster chasing after you. You constantly trying to find new ways to get away. And then it find a new way to get into your life again. And you sitting there like, yo, I just want to get away from this thing. And then you see these women talking about you looking at it is just as bad as me showing it to you. I didn't go looking for it. You did go out and try to show it to me, even though you didn't care that I was married. Half of these people on OnlyFans, like a lot of them are married, and they don't have any problem enticing married men or young boys. And it's like, y'all, none of the women feel like they should be held accountable for that. Now, let's make this. So what we do is we make that. The black is a little bit too black, but what can you do? I'm not trying to spend all day on this. Take the red out, and there you have it. Now we gonna color it. We gonna color it fast. But what we need to do is make it. I wanted to make it like it's hanging up in her room, but I don't really feel like drawing all that. Real talk. I do not feel like drawing all that. Oh, Hero 4 said the audio is fine. I appreciate it. So I do not feel like drawing all that stuff, but you get the point. So I think right here she's gonna be saying outfit 1, outfit 2. This is outfit 1. You know what? I'll draw that too. I'll draw where it says 1, 2, 3. So you got outfit 1, outfit 2, outfit 3. And my whole point with these is women can wear an outfit just like this and go to the gym and work out and be just fine. They don't have to wear outfit 2, but they choose outfit 2. Men wear stuff like outfit 1 all the time, and that's why I made it in my head. I made it a little bit more of a masculine outfit because women can wear loose stuff to the gym. This is more feminine, but it's still loose. That was my point, my thinking behind it. So let's make this whore girl real quick. We'll make that one. We will figure out exactly where we want her because we might want to turn it because the word bubble of her thinking. I'm a terrible speller, by the way, if those who don't know. When I write, I have to spell check everything because I suck. That's my biggest weakness and the only weakness I have in life is I am a terrible speller. If you saw the way I spelled words at the beginning, you would think I was a complete buffoon and idiot and that my IQ was somewhere between a brick and a walnut, and the walnut would be small. I've been made fun of that by my brothers and sisters all throughout my life. So we got her thinking right here. Oh man, snot coming out my nose. I'm getting sick. So we're gonna rasterize this layer and use that as a base layer. And when I draw, I always start with the face. And we're gonna hopefully I don't make too many mistakes. I haven't drew in a while, but I'm still a professional. We're gonna do somewhat of my style, which is an anime style. Oh crap. We're gonna go black. And once you go black, there you go. I'll start with the nose. I'm gonna have something simple. Let's do ear here. Let's give her, you know, all these Christian new modern women got a. I mean, you know how they be having two earrings, one up here or one way up here. Let's do that. And one of them, like they got the square ones. They be doing that, don't they? Don't they be doing that? You know they be doing that. Should we give her lipstick already or wait till she get to the gym scene? Let's see. Let's make her have somewhat short hair. Let's put it here. We want her somewhat liberal, so the haircut got to be somewhat lame. She's thinking so. Her eyes will be thinking. She look a little bit too sad for me. And her eyes a little bit too sad. We'll get there though. You guys will see the vision. You know what? We gonna make her eyes. She's too surprised right now. We gonna make them more concerned. Oh, too sad. There we go. Now, the question is, and the question of the day, we got to give her some eyelashes because she is female. She ain't. The question of the day is, what is her outfit while she's thinking about the outfit? And it's probably gonna be something simple like a robe or something she just woke up in or something like that. Nah. See, I don't like that at all. But let's see. Get this neck. Her neck is a tad bit too thick according to this. Fine. Add a little shadow in there. And what we're going to do here, because I'm thinking about stuff. This is the thing when you draw that's hard to do. Only a skilled man can draw and talk at the same time. But what I'm thinking about while I'm drawing and doing all these lines is what type of character am I creating and what do I want her to portray? I don't want to have super flowy long hair, even though a lot of these Instagram thoughts are doing that. When you are doing a comic, sometimes you're trying to get your point across. She's more of a liberal Christian girl, right? So let's just put her in. Maybe she can have one of them shirts that's like super loose right here. Kind of like one of these. Kind of like one of these ones. Yeah, kind of like that. But I think it's gonna be one of those that barely cover the shoulder like that. Because even at home, she doesn't have much modesty. But it could be long. Let's see. So it could be long, but then let's see. She's deciding, so she should be wearing totally stuff she could go to the gym in. Like a totally like she could totally work out in this already and be totally fine, but she's choosing not to. What do I always make fun of my wife because girls be always she love coffee and I always like so every time I get a chance to put coffee on some girl's shirt, I always put that on. But we gotta add a bra strap showing. But what I think is that what should it say on her shirt? What should it say on her shirt? I wanted to say something like Jesus, but I don't know. I don't want to disrespect our Lord like that. Just because they be doing it don't mean I gotta do it. So this is the thing about using this is how I get this is one of the benefits of using 3D models when you don't have to focus on all the different memorizing all the different angles of the hand and stuff like that. You can just trace over a lot of it. Now, that some people would say that's cheating, and I would say, yep. But when you got times and deadlines to reach, and AI is you fighting against the dang Terminator 3000, you got to do what you got to do. And a lot of people are opening their minds to using 3D because the reality is you can try to become the best without these things, but other people are using these tools. Even back in the day, what they used to do for old comics is the old Spider-Man artists and some of the old like I'm talking about really popular artists used to take pictures and use that as a reference. They would take pictures and trace over those lightly, like so you don't trace exactly, but you use it as a reference point. And when you do something like that, should she have, you know what? We're gonna give her like house shoes. Should they be those fuzzy? I hate drawing fuzzy stuff. They take too long. Put her in some. Should it be like that? Oh, you know what? We messed up because we don't even need to make those shoes. They're not even gonna be seen in this frame. I'm drawing stuff that ain't even right. We're gonna make it smaller so you can at least see your shorts. But as far as the shoes, they're not even gonna be in frame. Oh, that crazy design I just did. And I can just erase it. So what we're gonna do is we no longer need the reference, that 3D reference either. I'm gonna take this and make that smaller. Put her about right there. Take that reference out. Draw the rest of her leg. All right. Let's see. Should we just put the fish? No, that don't even look like it fit the shirt. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here. All right. We getting there. We getting there. Should I make the hair sticking out? Yes, we should. No, I shouldn't. That did not look good. Because the angle is where she's at. The hair would be behind her head. Let's see here. So she's thinking about what she should wear. You know what? Just to add so she don't look so dang boring, we're gonna add some more to this. All right, so we got her there. Some more eyelashes. Ugh, I think that one's messed up too. I'm just fixing the little things that annoy me. Ugh. So we got her, and she's gonna be thinking here. And then since this is the 3-panel one, now we're gonna put her in this outfit. Let's change the lighting so we can see some of this stuff. First, what we're gonna do is lighten it up. And I want her head to be turned a little bit more because she's gonna be yelling at the dude behind her. Oh, all right. That's about good. And she'll be looking back. And it'll be some dude. You know what? That ain't gonna be the right. Cause if a dude was gonna be standing right, his shoulder would be about right here. But then she wouldn't be in the frame. So we're gonna have to fix that. We just gonna put the dude's shoulder in the frame. Which means we're gonna need another character. Ugh, I hate when I do that. I don't want him in this scene. I want him on another scene. There we go. And all I want is his shoulder so it implies that it's a man there. We're gonna make her a little bit smaller so she could fit more. I keep the dude in the regular pose. He's not important. He will, however, change the lighting. There we go. All right, so he's just gonna be standing there minding his own business. We'll draw him last. He's not important. But we will combine these. Merge selected. That's how we want it. A little bit lighter. All right, so now we get to drawing. Y'all see me going really fast because I'm not taking that much time to get it things like super right. I'm not trying to make a I'm not trying to make a masterpiece here. Some people will probably like, "Oh, this sucks," and some people be like, "Oh man, I can." Every time I draw something that I think sucks, people are like, "Dude, that's like the best thing ever." And I'm like, "Ugh, man, you making me." Oh man, I don't know what to say about that because it sucks. She's gonna be mad. We're gonna have to get that hair, so I think it was something like that. And then it's kind of short, so it goes back like that. And it's back behind her ear. And she got them earrings on. We can't forget about that. And it goes something like that. So that chin is a little bit low, so we'll go back and erase that. First, we want to do. Now we're gonna have to use that first panel as a reference. So we see this outfit. This is the outfit she's wearing. So you know how them girls be wearing, and they got it just covered this part of the back, and then the boobs be hanging out down here. That was not really well drawn. But we know we got the back muscles. We're gonna put a little more definition in her chest. She is working out. She goes to the gym every day. Get that? Elbow was about right there. It kind of goes like that when you're drawing it quickly. If you're drawing a defined elbow, it looks a little bit different. But we just keeping it simple. What I also like to do is my outline side lines. We'll make the neck a little bit smaller. My outside lines are always thicker than my inside lines. I know that's like a beginner thing, but we're getting there. Now we got to do the cheeks because she got her cheeks all out for everybody to see. But what is she wearing? She wearing these shorts and the thong is sticking out. So we'll do. We kind of exaggerating it because that's the whole point of the comic. I should have separated her legs a little bit more, but you know what? I will. I'll just do fix that on my own. Christian people
Oh
came
crap!
out and they were just absolutely hating on Andrew Tate, but they had nothing to
What in
say
the world did I
for
just
all
do?
these super famous OnlyFans girls that made millions.
Okay. Oh, that's what it was. All right. So I'm gonna separate these. Dude, what the heck? Okay, now my computer acting up. Let me see something because I'm not gonna have that. It's not registering my thing, but I can fix it real quick. I'll be talking while I do this. This is my XP pin area. Just do. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to delete these lines because right now her butt cheeks is too squished together like she just holding in a fart. And we don't need that. We need her legs to be kind of like that. And the other one will be kind of like that. Let's see. We don't want to get too graphic because you can, if you ever seen some people draw, they be doing all types of stuff in that area. And you be like, oh, how much gooning did you do to get that? All these crevices down so perfect. And it's a lot of artists that just really, they do take it to the, they be taking it to the next level, you know? And I'm like, dang, man, you didn't have to draw it all like that? Or putting girls in poses where you're like, oh, this is obviously. You know what? We're gonna do the thong string need to be hanging out. You can't barely even tell, but whatever. All right, so we almost forgot the earrings. The one thick one and the one loop one. All right, so what else designs did it have on there? It was like that, which means that's probably going around the back as well. So you know what? That ain't right. We gonna do like that. And because they're shorts, I was gonna make them pants for a second. All right, now we gotta draw her eyes. Because she's mad. Always make people's teeth sharp when they mad. That's just one of my things I do. She's enraged that she's being looked at. That might be too crazy. She's enraged that he would even think to look at her. At the gym. So, let's show you guys what I tend to do. Well, we haven't even got there yet. So, this part is going to be cut off here because that's where the panel starts. Now we're just going, oops, Daisy. We're just going to draw this dude. I might even put him on a different, no, I'll keep him there. But what I'm just going to do is make it a little bit thicker because he's more in the foreground. And I'm going to draw part of his shirt. Part of his hand. The other part of his shirt. All right. Should it be one of them dudes who be... See, you ain't going to see anything past this line. You guys see what I'm talking about when I get done. But we'll do that. We'll do that. You won't even see anything over here. So, we'll do this just to make that. And his elbow is about right here. All right.
04 said the audio.
All right. So let me check it. Dude, my internet is not my dude. Y'all can't see what's going on here, but I'm trying to see if my where my stream is left off at and it's acting up. Anyways, I can still draw and still show this. Let me get this straight. I'm trying to see what if anybody said anything. I mean, second. All right. Excuse me. We are back to it. This will be a 3-panel comic, so that's pretty much done. What we're going to do now is find some pictures that can go in the background so we don't have to draw it all. Like, let's see. Let's use this. Let's do Cartoon Jim BG. I don't like any of these. This is okay, but it's dang the colors. I can see this is made by AI. This is all right. Let's see. No, dude, it don't have to be that detailed, so I can just print screen. Dude, where did it go? It's playing games, so I'm going to do it again. Print screen. Where is this thing going? Oh, there we go. All right, so now when I save it, it'll be saved in screenshots. Let's see, cartoon girl room BG. Which one? I'm gonna blur them so you can barely see it, but still. I need something that kind of fits that angle. And it can't be at nighttime. Let's see. We'll change it from girl room to woman room. Because they look too cutesy. It's about the same still. Girl room, woman room. It is not supposed to look the same. What can we use as a woman's room? You guys will understand when you see me put it in there. This is not bad. These ones are a little bit better. All right. That is not it. Now I gotta just steal it again. Let's see. All right. Hold on, I'm saving it. All right. So what I like to do is I put my backgrounds in first. First thing we gonna do is put the background in here. And then see if I'm missing any lines here. It looks all right. So for the background, what I'm gonna do is file, import image, And I'm gonna go to, oh, it's already in screenshots. Where they at? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna rasterize it so that I can play with it, like mess with it, and do a blur, Gaussian blur, so that is not the focal point. About there. Take it, put it in the background. It's actually not in the background. It's on the forefront. We're gonna put it in the background. You see that? We're going to take that and put it like that, like where you can't see it, so it don't affect us. We know it's there. We're gonna do the same thing with the other one. Image. All right. Rasterize it. Oh crap. Rasterize it. I like to do the blur thing because what it does for me is it makes the foreground characters stand out. Or people can, you just want to blur it just enough so that people can still understand what the scene is. All right, there we go. We're going to take that down. And what we going to do is start the coloring process. This is going to be we're going to try to be very quick. What color hair would a woman like this have? Most likely brown. Hold up. Dude, what the heck is going on? Would a woman like this have? Most likely brown. So we gonna start coloring it. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I need to see if my stream is doing okay. All right, so we'll start the coloring process. It's not gonna take that long. I do this. First thing we gonna do is let's see. What am I gonna do here? Because I can cut. Sorry, y'all. I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna go about it. All right, got rid of these loose ends over here. Now, when I think about what I'm going to color, I usually try to mix it right good, well, with the background colors. But honestly, since I'm rushing through this, I don't really care. I'm just going to pick some generic colors, and I usually go for the skin color first. With white people, their skin is actually a shade of pink, very light pink. So before I do this, I'll make another layer. And when I go to this is what I like about this program. When the fill tool, you could change the tolerance and you can refer to other layers. Let's see. We're going to fix some of this stuff. We can also color her here because we know her skin is gonna be the same color. Now, when you guys see these women like this at the gym, the reason why this comic is something that I'm like, when I thought about it, I was like, I gotta do it because how many who follow Joey Swole, how many times have girls gone viral wearing something crazy just to expose a man who's looking at them? You're like, wait a second, you wearing that for attention, aren't you? And now that a man is looking at you, you don't want that attention? And what it is a way for a lot of women to double the amount of attention they get. They can wear slutty outfits to the gym and then they can get double attention by playing the victim when somebody looks at their slutty outfits because they weren't really wearing it to be slutty. They were wearing it because it's comfortable and this is what I wear to the gym and I do it for myself. I don't wear this for you. I do it for myself. Now let's see. The modest outfit. Let's go to the outfits now. The reason why I'm going to the outfits next is because we got to pick the color for this outfit, which will be the same as that one. The modest. We know the one that gets attention is probably gonna be like blood red or something, right? We'll do that. We'll make it a deeper color red. Oh, not enough. And so you see these girls and they do these things, and it's a way. If you ever wonder why they say, "Oh, you shouldn't be looking at me," it's not because they don't want you to look at them. It's because they want to get double the amount of attention. Let's see, what color can we make it? Looking is a very loose term, Michelle. Let's see. We're gonna do pick some. I don't know what colors do girls be wearing. Yellow and red like fire. Let's make the thong like totally a different color, like light blue. All right, now what color should her hair be? The thing about oh yeah, Michelle said, especially now, no man wants to go viral for that. Yeah, dude, because they out here, y'all seen the videos I seen. What they doing is they catch a man looking at them wearing a thong and a sports bra in the gym for 2 seconds. You ain't got to do nothing but a glance. I'm not gonna lie. I, as a man, will be scared of that, and I'm telling you, I go out of my way not to look at people when I'm in the gym because of this. Because I don't want to know. Even when you like, you got your headphones on, you be in the zone. You don't be thinking about looking at people. You be listening to the song, whatever, and some girl will still catch you glancing, and they so self-absorbed they think the whole world is about them. So gotta fix this stuff. So as soon as they see you even tilt your head towards that way, they trying to make you into the next viral video. And what doesn't help is they have gotten attention by doing that. Do you guys remember when there was this video out, and the video was this woman
like walking down the street in New York. It started in New York, and she was like wearing regular clothes, and she was just trying to catch all the men catcalling them. That's where this stuff started. Cause she got so much attention from doing that. And you know how girls feel about attention, especially whores. She got so much attention. And then what happened is these other videos started going viral where a girl would put her phone in her back pocket. Y'all remember that? And they would put the phone in the back pocket and catch all the dudes looking at their butt. And I would always think like, but you put the phone there. You put a phone there, and if a dude see a phone sticking out your back pocket, if he happen to glance at that phone, that don't mean he looking at your butt. He probably looking at why would you keep your phone sticking halfway out your back pocket? All that, and you like, yo, all that for attention. And what happened is, especially during the Biden era, all these men would get called out like you're a creep, and their lives would get straight up ruined. And that's where Joey Swole came in. That's why he got so popular, because he's a gym bro, and he's one of those dudes who call out girls for that type of stuff. And his whole platform was made as a response to that type of behavior. And the girls still haven't caught up because they still think it's a cool thing to do. Let's put her in some these modest clothes. We'll make him like one is gonna be very girly, so it'll be like pinkish. Pink red for the heart, or pinkish red. Oof. Now where is my tool that I like? Here we go, lasso fill. That is my tool right there. So we'll do this. We'll make this match. Let's do lasso field again. This is where you work smarter, not harder. So we'll make this one not completely masculine colors, but maybe something more plainish. Like some gray for the sweatpants. Gray for the sweatpants, some gold for the cross. Goldish, orangish maybe. And for the shirt, we'll do a little off bluish, kind of like a whitish. And I had made a post just the other day, well, maybe a week ago, where I was just saying girls can wear the same exact thing that boys can wear. So it's no to the gym. It's absolutely no reason why girls have to wear the things that they choose to wear. It's no reason. Let's color this man real quick. Make sure he got masculine colors so we know exactly it's a man. A little bit of dark gray. We'll do that. Now let's see something, because now we're gonna put her in some light pinkish. And let's do All right, so the only thing is sometimes when you don't color the white, it will show through. And you know what else I wanted to talk about while I'm doing this is right now I'm doing research on this woman called Tree of Logic. And the reason why I'm doing research on her is because I really don't like her. I dislike everything she stands for. She claims that she's a conservative. I want to do a big episode like just like the one that I did on Not So Erudite. And I want to do an expose on this chick because I just really don't like this lady. What I don't like about her is the fact that she's a covert feminist is what she is. Now I'm gonna show y'all a trick that I do. That I do for shadows. But she's a covert feminist. I go to gray. I change it to multiply. And I use the lasso tool. Anyways, she's a covert feminist, but she acts like she's a conservative, but she attacks everything that's of God. If she sees that there's red pill, she hates the red pill because she's feminist, but she claims that she loves Trump. She claims that, she's all about like conservatism and all this crap. And the thing that I really don't like about her is that she used to be a prostitute. But now she's this conservative spokesperson. And she has a lot to say about how evil the red pill is, but then she's also doing streams with other prostitutes. And they sit and talk about prostitute stuff, whore stuff. And she over here, and she had an argument a long time ago with Andrew Wilson. And what I didn't like is I understand when people don't necessarily like Andrew Wilson's debate style. I don't even have a problem if somebody wanted to call him out about and see him have a debate with somebody like Wesley Huff about orthodoxy or anything along those lines. I would not mind that. And I wouldn't even mind if another Christian man called him out about some of the stuff he's said, even though I agree with most of it. If you have a debate, I don't even think he would mind somebody holding him accountable. I've seen him have debates with plenty of people, but when she did it, it was literally just mudslinging the whole time. She didn't even let him talk. All she did was bring up pictures of his wife and talk about how ugly she believed his wife was. And his wife's past about marriages and stuff like that. You like, dude, you just want to sling mud because you just don't like that he actually fights against feminism. That's all you don't like. And the problem that I have with that is, what are you conserving? You claim that you were conservative. What are you conserving at this point? You just as feminist as the other people. You're doing streams with Jasmine Jafar. Birds of a feather sure do flock together. Cause that's a whore if I ever saw one for real. She even call herself the 304 lawyer. She's like, I'm proud to be a whore. And this is who you want to team up with? You're not for the betterment of this country. You got to be destroyed. And I mean that with all sincerity. When you stand up, if you're an evil person and you stand up for evil and you don't see the dangers that feminism is causing, because I believe feminism is one of the number one evil things happening to this country. You don't see the dangers feminism is doing to this country, and you instead want to stand up with the whores instead of being on the side of somebody like Andrew Wilson, you must be destroyed. Some people will say, oh, you were Andrew Wilson simp. No, I'm not. I disagree with Andrew Wilson on several things. But you know what? He's one of the few people that's going into the fire and actually fighting. And if you ain't gonna do it, if you ain't gonna go where the fight needs to be taken, then honestly, you do need to shut up and let him do it. What I don't like is people claiming to be conservative, and then she's also a dominatrix, so she's selling sexuality and degeneracy, and she ain't got no problem taking advantage of men sexually because she sells her dominate. She has pornography videos out there. She admits this of her beating men and using whips and chains and stuff like that. And that's the woman that we should look to the country to look and say this is a good woman that the people should be more like. A dominatrix, somebody who believes that hurting men, mentally ill men that seek out her little sexual exploits and her degeneracy, you think that's what the country should be moving towards? And it ain't no, oh, just let people have their fun. No, she's evil. If you get involved in stuff like that, you are an evil person and you need to be stopped. And if you're not on the side of good, you're on the side of evil. It's time for us to put an end to these people. And the thing that I hate to have to do is I would love to attack liberals. I'm talking about complete liberals, people like Jasmine Jafar, people that are outright just they have a hatred of Christianity. But it's so many fakers on our side that's ruining our message. These people, God, that's too much shadow. These people can't wait. As soon as they see somebody getting some traction, like Andrew Wilson and Rachel Wilson, who wrote a great book, by the way, of feminism and the occult feminism. She wrote a great book, and you want to go and make hit pieces on them because you are a secret. Instead of saying, you know what, even though I engage in this stuff, is not the best thing. You could even say, I would even have some respect for you if you said that. I would have some respect if you was like, you know what, I'm on OnlyFans. I do slut stuff. I engage in degeneracy, but I don't want to encourage anybody else to do that because secretly it's wrong. And I'm just taking advantage of the fact that we live in a degenerate culture. I could actually respect that to a little bit, not all, because you should stop doing it straight up. You should stop doing it. But I could at least respect that more than, oh, I'm a conservative. And so but still a whore. I'm a conservative and I still want to destroy anybody who's calling out the red pill because it's gonna hurt my bottom line. And those people they're making our country worse, man. My children gotta grow up in this world where you're beating people with whips and chains and getting paid for it. And you can say, well, then you should teach your kids not to look at it. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing that by demonizing it. I'm doing that where my kids can actually see when they watch my videos back, when they grow up and become old enough to know what some of this stuff is, they will see my dad stood up against this evil world. He did not go along with it. He didn't just ignore it. These people need to be called out, man. A dominatrix, a prostitute, she's into BDSM, and this is our conservative right. A piece of trash person. My goal is to go after all these people, man. People like Lauren Southern, who cheated on her husband with Destiny. You know, people like Louder with Crowder's wife, who left him for no good reason and then tried to use his friends against him. Just trash people. And men too. The simp men too. Now, why is it not selecting this? It's selecting too much. With the trash men too that do this goofy stuff. I get so sick of like even the last time that Andrew Wilson went on the whatever podcast and he's debating with this TPUSA girl half the time. And I'm like, what are you conserving at this point? You ain't you just you're a whore that talks proper. That's it. You doing the same thing everybody else doing. Sorry, I got all this cold. You doing the same thing everybody else doing. Time for highlights. Now I'll make another layer. And what I do is I take white. If I was being more specific with this comic book, what I would do is I would use the colors in the background and do all types of filters and stuff to make everything go together better. But since we're trying to get this done quickly, I'm just gonna show y'all how I do it with white, which is let's deselect everything. But yeah, I see people like her and Louder with Crowder's wife, who's just like, oh, she's despicable. Online, she's saying the most feminist crap ever. And I'm sitting there like, for one thing, she said the most masculine thing a man can do is stay faithful to his wife. She said she had the audacity to say some crap like that after leaving her husband and trying to run him through the ringer in divorce. How could you bring your mouth to say something like that? Why is this not working? Oh, it is working. It's just two. We're going to have to do something else for that one. We'll put it here. I'll put a little bit of highlights in the hair. And then I do this thing where I erase part of it. This is what I mean. So I'm going to take this opacity down a little bit. Yeah, but I remember when she did that with Louder Crowder, and that's when I started turning on. I'm not gonna lie, when I started seeing the truth about Candace Owens, because she and my wife will say this all the time. Candace Owens still owe Louder with Crowder apology for how she did that, because she was the one who took that footage and ran with it like that. And that argument was not that bad. It just was not that bad, dude. When I first saw it, I was like, is this it? Is this the argument? This is the argument that y'all think Louder with Crowder should be canceled for. I did not understand it. Like, we gonna have to put more shine on this booty cheek right here just to show, because girls be loving when they be having these skin tight things. Then what I do with the shine is I erase a little. Oh crap! I keep pressing the wrong button because my computer is different now. I'm on a new computer, so I had to readjust my setup. I might even go lighter. Put a little. But all these people who do that stuff, it's like, yo, and here's the thing why I need to do that is because people like Louder with Crowder, people like Andrew Wilson, They don't got time to deal with all these rascals. They don't got time to deal with all these little the lies these idiots spread. All they do is sit and stream, and they got their little Discord groups, and they just hate on people. That's all they do. They hate on people that are looking, that are that do the right thing. And somebody need to stop them, dude. I've always wanted to turn the channel to, one of them, like Sunny V, how he has that channel and he does documentaries on people and it's kind of like exposing them. I wouldn't mind doing a series like that where all I'm doing is exposing these fake conservatives that get in our way and stop the bigger conservatives from actually doing their job. Now, all while I'm drawing this, I'm thinking of what they're saying. Okay. So I know that might be backwards, but that's the way I do it. Let's fix this. Oh crap, did I do something wrong? All right. And it come to the point where I get tired of people thinking they can just attack people that are on my side with no recourse. They will attack somebody, dig into their past, and try to put all their business, like they did Rachel Wilson, and they'll try to attack a person like that. And that person doing debates every day, traveling, they ain't got time to deal with these evil people and their attacks. And I'm like, yo, man, how would you like it if I dug into your life? Now, I don't have a gigantic team. I'm just by myself researching these things. Even Mr. Producer could do a little bit more to help, but he don't. He's good at what he does, and I love Mr. Producer. But when we get bigger, I would love to do something where me and him are researching these type of things. He definitely read better than me, that's for sure. People think I'm straight up stupid because I have a hard time keeping my place with my eyes when stuff like that. We'll take this. So yeah, I've always gotten angry at seeing righteous people or godly people or good people not being able to defend themselves. All right. So now we are almost getting there, guys. Now I gotta readjust some stuff because we're gonna get to the writing. And as you guys know, as I've said before, I'm not the best speller, so I need to concentrate. Oh crap. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. So, what I want to focus on here is the words that will be in the word bubbles and the font. First, I always use
Anime Ace. I think it's called Anime Ace. Dude, it better be in here. Or is it manga? Dude, I better find it. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I got it. Well, it's easy to get. Talk to you guys while I do that. Here, the thing about too is a font does make all the difference. You cannot have a goofy font. There we go. Anime Ace. You can find it on the font, the website right here. I'm gonna download it. Let me see. I'm gonna install it. It shouldn't take but a second. All right, so for the first panel, I wonder if I got to restart my program for Anime Ace to work, or should it just work? Let's see. Can I find it? Yeah, it ain't gonna be in there. I might have to close it. Save. We'll save this as illustration dash something I can remember. Jim Whore. All right. Let's see if it's in here. Hey, there it is. All right, so in this panel, we're gonna take this way down. She's gonna say, dot dot dot. I don't know what to wear to the gym. Let's see. Let's put this on one line. Enter, I don't know what to wear to the gym. Should I, this is the dilemmas I have. Should I cut off part of the drawing, or should I make this smaller? Let's see. This is where where can I fit it? Or can I do something like this? Watch what I do. Now we have room. See, now what I want her to say here is, um, let's see, something along the lines of each one. I want her to say something along the lines of none of them will hinder my workout. Like I wanted to say something super obvious. I wanted to say something along the lines of they're all they would all be good for a workout. Let's see. Would all be great. Ugh, keep I'm not typing. For working out. But let's see. But which she should be wondering, which one would draw the attention of the opposite? I wanted to say something like so obvious. They would all be great for working out, but but which one would be to cause me which one no, let's change that. Would make me be and they would all be great for working out. But which one would make me basically naked and cause me to lust after me?
You know what? I'm thinking about doing another panel. Let me see something here. Here we go. This is how I cheat a panel. I'm gonna draw a silhouette. Wrong. Oof. It's hard to draw from this angle. I probably shouldn't be, but trying to get it done quickly. That's too much. Let's do. Oof. 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 I made a mistake. Let's see. I should have put that on a different layer and make her nose a lot smaller. Oof, I should have did that on a different layer. Whatever. You gotta learn. Ugh, now it looks like a boy here. Or maybe, ooh, this is what I should have did. I got it. Ooh. All right, sorry, y'all. I messed up. So what I'm gonna do is just copy her here. This is what I should have did all along, and put her at a closer level over here. What else was I've been thinking about with this show? One of the things I want to do, and I was trying to do today, but it just wasn't working out, is talk to random people and try to get them to see if they can come to a logical conclusion about where the world is going and see if they have any solutions, because people they always hate on the Christian solution but they have nothing better, and they always got something to say about Christianity and how it's an excuse not to follow it. Ooh. But then when you ask them what they're doing, this is a low resolution, but we trying to get it done quick. So you always you always run into these people that their whole reason for not following Christianity is it just don't work for everybody. But actuality, it does work for everybody. Everybody I know who actually turned their life to God, it actually has worked for. It's that a lot of people have not done it. So this one I want to be thinking somewhat deeply. We'll take that. All right. So this one I want her to say. Perhaps I should perhaps women have a duty to society to be modest. I want her to say something completely true. Modest and help our Christian brothers. What's the word? Perhaps women have a duty in society and help our Christian brothers refrain from she's gonna say nah. Let's make it smaller. This is not gonna be that big because in her mind it's not a big deal. And then in this last one, she's gonna say and I always spell staring wrong, so I need to learn how to. Let's see, stop. See, it's spelled starring to me. Stop staring. All right.
So staring is Staring. I would have spelled it with two R's. My big dumb self. I would have spelled it with two R's. I just gotta double check. Let's see. So here she's going to say, staring at me, pervert. All right, now we're gonna put this in bold. I don't need it. It looks like italicized, but whatever. Make it more. All right. Now we're gonna put the word bubbles in. All right, let's see. Will it? I like the ones that's not super round. Where is those ones? No. Oh my gosh. That ain't it. Rounding your lips balloon. Let's do. Come on. You gotta have more shapes than this. Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing, but I haven't used it in a while. I remember it being more ellipsed than that. Or whatever it's called, where it's more rectangle. Curve balloon, ellipse balloon. It was another one. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's see if we can bold some stuff here. Nah. And then we're gonna take this. No. Ugh, y'all, it's failing me. Okay, you can move it like that, but I don't. No. That's how you know I've been using this program for a while. I also might, if anybody interested, teach some of my secret techniques when you're trying to go like super professional. Oh my goodness. What in the heck?
what these little. This is new. I'm not used to this crap. So, word bubbles are important, but in this one, it seems to be the case that it's doing some weird stuff. Let's add some balloon tails. Let's turn it up. Let's move this to one, two. Oh, why are you doing that? All right. Now let's read it again. Actually, we're going to take this down a little bit. Oh, no. All right. Hmm. I don't know. I read it really slow so I can make sure I'm wording and things right. I don't know what to wear to the gym. They would all be great for working out, but which one would make me basically naked and cause men to lust after me? Perhaps women have a duty to society to be modest and help our Christian brothers refrain from lust. Nah, stop staring at me, pervert. I do not like this new thing. All right, so first thing we're going to do is take out these reds. Where? Okay. So we're going to cover the red with black then. Let's see. Because I made a mistake and put it on the wrong layer. Oops. All right, so now we have this one, which is the full one. Save this. Save it as a JPG. I usually save my stuff as PNG. I don't know. I just like PNG better. All right. that's kinda the finished product. That's how you make a quick, and I mean, it didn't take us super long, but I don't know. It's a whole stream. So I don't know if you guys like that. I will be putting it on my X. You guys can see the whole process here. This is what I do. You saw what I do. What else? Anybody who got any questions or anything like that, let me know. Let me see if anybody got anything. I doubt it was that many people. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.